Just communicate this stuff to me next time, baby. If you need me to come out and score 60 tonight because you ain't got it, let me know if you need to carry the team on. I'll carry the team on
Yeah,
my back
I
for an
mean,
episode. Just let me
basically,
know. Just
the
let me know, baby. Give me a heads up. I could be stretched.
okay, yeah, basically, you need to carry the team today. Actually, I
Okay.
don't feel tired like normal. I've been
Uh,
trying to sleep more,
that's
but
good.
so I like feel fine. It's just mentally my head's not here,
Oh,
and
oh.
I usually like prepare myself into it. But even before this, I was trying to eat and like feed Terrence,
Mm.
little guy.
Oh, he's getting big, huh?
Yeah, he's actually smaller than I was expecting he would be. I'm a little disappointed.
You keep all this too. You should keep all this. This is
Like we were thinking of getting another dog, and but we were talking about it in front of him because he's like too friendly sometimes. Like we want a dog that if somebody comes to the door that's
Woo!
not
You want
supposed to
that
be
deep.
right, we want him to
You want
bark, we
that
want him to
deep.
do something, and he'll just like, hey buddy, how's it going? Hey, yeah, can I lick you? Can I sniff you? Huh? And so like we had a conversation that day. Literally the next morning or something, I had left and then came back, and then he like is coming and barking at the door, and I'm just like, oh, so now you all scared because you
I could be a
realize
guy. I could be. Wait. You don't need. I got. He was practicing his bark the whole.
yeah,
So,
and I'm just like, dude, what? And it was so funny.
I'm
He's
turning
trying to
Russia up. The dog here. She heard me barking. Now she
I get
barking. And she don't ever bark. She like Terrence. She friendly. If somebody somebody hits to come right in, she look on. Oh, hey, welcome here.
right.
This is where they keep the money, right over here. Like,
No. So yeah, now he wants to like start exploring barking, and now that we started talking about getting an additional dog.
I think it's some dogs that does he bark at other dogs?
No, he
Oh,
doesn't even
that's
bark at
interesting.
other
She'll
dogs.
bark at other. Well, sometimes she'll bark at other. She'll bark when she barks. It's usually because she sees a dog or hears a dog. But if it's just a person, just she'll look up. Like, oh, she'll let us know somebody here. Like, kind of get perk up. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
she's not about to bite them or do nothing that a guard dog would do. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny though. Like every once in a while he'll bark, but it's not a regular occurrence, and it's not when we want him to bark.
Mm.
Like when we take him on walks, all the neighborhood dogs would be barking, going crazy at him, and he's just like, "Yeah, you want to play? Huh? Yeah, I want to play too." But he doesn't bark. He just stares at him, gets
uh,
all excited.
yeah.
Worthless dog. Okay. Are we
Well.
doing a coin toss? Oh, you just go. Okay, go.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Boom, ding, 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 boom, ding, boom. Ding, 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 ding.
What? Don't
Ding,
know.
ding, ding, ding,
What
ding.
is this?
It's kind of obscure. This is famous by Trey Songz.
Oh my gosh.
I was playing it earlier, and I remember me and you talked about how great that mixtape is. So I was
That
like,
is
I know
a
you.
great mixtape.
Yeah.
Wait, do it again.
Wow. Doom, 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 doom.
I honestly I can't even remember how the song goes.
Doom,
I don't
doom, doom,
remember it
doom, doom.
enough. Yeah, I don't even remember.
You gotta have to go refresh your memory.
Yeah.
Walk up in the Prada. Do a couple dollar. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Okay,
They
okay,
not
okay,
ready.
okay.
They not ready anyway. They not ready.
That's funny. No, yeah, you were right. I'm not getting that. But you ready?
I'm
You're
ready.
not, you're not
Yes.
ready for this one either.
I think I am. Well, maybe not because you're bad at it. So maybe not.
I'm so good at it. Everybody has been like, Kyle, man, I understood exactly what you were trying to do. I don't know how Valerian doesn't hear it.
That's
I
you
don't
making these
either.
up.
I don't
You
either.
making these
It's
up.
crazy.
It's like
All
those
right.
like infomercials in the middle of the night that just come with some random review. of
Right.
somebody.
No, that's what
you.
I'm saying. Yours is the one that's in black and white, and then mine is the one that come in with color, like sham wow.
No.
So I'm
no.
that guy.
Mm-mm.
All right. Wait, I need water. Boom, 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 boom,
I don't know. I feel like it sounds familiar. Oh, Migos, Bad and Bougie.
Yeah. I'm like, how do you not get this?
Yeah,
It's
Bad
so
and
easy.
Bougie. I know it wasn't at first. I was like, I didn't know where we were going at first. I was like, what is it? I got it now. Yeah.
That's my specialty. I do the
Bad
whole
and Bougie.
intro.
It sounded like you had done that one before. It was like they had the drums in there too. Yeah, I heard you.
I actually practiced that one. I just forgot that that's what I had selected for this week. But that's a good time to welcome everybody to the podcast. We actually were playing with some names earlier last week.
We were.
I forgot to respond to you, but yeah. But this is the podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Walker.
I'm
joined
Valerian
by.
Riddle. That's your introduction.
Yeah, that's all I got. I don't.
That was it, huh?
Because to some degree, I think of this as like Seinfeld, where it's like it's just kind of a podcast about nothing.
Yeah.
And
But about
I don't know
everything,
where else to go.
you
with
always gonna leave learning something though. That's the
Right.
thing. You always gonna come in like, I ain't think about it like that. So I got an apology I need to rescind real quick. I got to rescind an
You're
apology.
rescinding an apology now.
Yeah. I'm rescinding. Yeah. I don't mean it like I meant it last week. So I'm rescinding my apology to LL.
All right.
Come to find out, the daughter got a boyfriend.
So you're rescinding it because you thought you had a chance?
I'm rescinding it because I feel lied to. Okay.
Okay.
That's why I'm rescinding it.
Because she told you that she was single?
She baked her page implied it. Yeah.
Okay.
It said, "Oh, I'm available." It was nobody around the page. And then I check her stories over the weekend, and she like date night. And I'm like, okay. My spidey senses is tingling. But I'm like, sometimes girls post that. It's cute, but it's about to be a homegirl. Like, oh, date night with my friend. I thought it was something like that. Then I see some big burly hands in the picture, in the video.
It still could have been her girlfriend.
And I was like, I wanted to throw up.
It could have been her girl that worked at the plant, but that's her homegirl. They went to high school together.
It's a nigga that play on the LA Rams. What am I gonna do? What am I supposed to do with that?
What were you gonna do with it anyway?
What am I
her
supposed
dad
to
is
do?
LL Cool J. What were you bringing to the table?
So now I gotta go play for the Browns now? Okay, that's cool. I'll lace him up. If that's what it's gonna take. I gotta be Odell. Okay, all right. I thought I was retired, but I'll get back in the game.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I was retired. It's okay. That's all right. I'm still in my physical prime too. I'm gonna be 31. I'm still in my relative prime.
Okay.
I got like 2 or 3 more.
I have a picture to show you that may prove otherwise. They don't know about this. They not gonna see this unless he approves it. Because I'm not that kind of person. I don't embarrass people. Not publicly. Not like Valerian. I would never do to him what he does to me.
What I do to you? I
You
never
always
publicly.
post my embarrassing stuff.
That stuff that's already on the internet. I don't post nothing that I like. This stuff's already out there.
I guess that's fair. But let me find this thing.
The picture.
It still makes me laugh.
Oh no.
Shoot. Can I drag and drop it? Bet.
You better send it to me.
Uh-huh.
Where's it at? Where's it at? You just message it?
Yeah. I'd be salty if I accidentally sent it to the wrong person.
No, I don't see it.
I mean, you gotta give it time. It's
okay.
Sending.
I got you. I was checking the chat. I was like, I don't see nothing. Man, anyway, regardless, I gotta rescind my apology to LL. He's still a dirty Mac. He'll always gonna be a dirty Mac.
I mean, you didn't say he wasn't a dirty Mac last week. You were just saying you're sorry for coming at him sideways about it.
Well, I disapprove. It's low down, and you shouldn't be doing it. That's the stance I'm taking now.
But maybe she's looking for somebody to come and dirty Mac the man that she with now, and then you step in, and then you
dirty
back
Macking
on top.
Challenge. That's gonna test the limits of dirty Macking.
How? That's what it is.
But he better than me. He like a better nigga than me. I don't know. Like,
I'm glad you can admit that.
I don't know how you dirty Mac somebody that's it's a tough job, Kyle. You asking a lot right now. You asking a whole lot.
Oh my God.
He worth 6 figures. He in shape. Like, I mean, what am I really gonna do?
Probably 7 figures.
Sinbad is his uncle. His uncle is Sinbad.
For real?
Yeah.
Comedy legend.
Yeah, man. It's cool though. It's cool. It's been a rough couple weeks for me.
No, but that's good though. I'm actually glad that you're like accepting this and just like assuming the position that you are in, and you should run with that.
I don't know. It don't feel good, but you know, it is what it is.
That's just the. That's just the way the land folds.
Mm. She didn't even give a nigga a shot. Like, just not even after a date.
I don't think. I just don't think that would have worked.
Why not?
I don't think you're at a caliber that she would be interested in.
What you mean caliber?
I just think that, like, you know how like some women, you see them and they're like, oh man, she's like completely out of his league, but somehow that worked. Same thing.
I still ain't met that woman, Kyle. That's what I'm saying. It ain't no out of league V-Baby's league.
I think so.
That don't exist. There is no league that I'm out of.
Okay.
None.
Okay.
None.
Whatever you say. I mean, okay.
Not nary.
Like, not even like tax bracket wise. Like, what do you call it then if you don't call it a league?
It's nothing.
Is it a tax bracket? Is it a
no? It ain't a tax
social league.
No, it ain't none of that. It's
mental capacity.
Put me anywhere. Put me in any room, baby.
Mental capacity. Height.
Oh,
I don't know.
No, what you trying to say with height?
Like, I'm just saying. I think I might make it in more.
I'm in the
leagues
top
than
3
you.
percentile of height for black men.
For black men that grew up in Cambodia. What is that thing?
We got the dessert of the week or not?
the dessert of the week, boys and girls, it's carrot cake.
Oh,
Yep. Something really simple. No.
not that exotic this week.
No. Can't do that every week. It's
Right,
just, it's
right.
taxing. Again, was pre-ordered for next week though. Whew. Can't wait for those to come in. But yeah, it's just regular old 2-layer carrot cake. This one, actually, it has coconut in it. This kind that I got, which is a little different. Never really had carrot cake with coconut, but it's cool. Whatever. But that leads me to an apology, because I spoke so candidly about mochi last week. And then I read some of the perils of mochi consumption. It is a Japanese dish. It's more of a celebratory dish. I didn't explain that last week. Usually for New Year's, and the Japanese government has to issue issue statements to the public for people that are either too young or too old, because it is a very chewy, as I'd say, the dough is it's like rice dough, so it's very glutinous and sticky and stuff. So it can be very chewy. People don't chew it up enough, and some people have died from eating mochi. And
Yikes.
so my condolences to all of them, those families. But yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with this.
That was very for one, I want to commend you for apologizing. But that could have been bad. We could have had all these mochi addicts out here in America. And then we've been responsible for all these deaths. 'Cause I told you this is the #1 show. I just got back the numbers from last week. This is the #1 show for black people with student loan debt, from 20,000. It was that 30, from it's 20,000 to 80,000 now. So that's a lot of people, and so you could have been
and in addition to that, it's also the #2 podcast for ages 2 to 6.
Right, that's facts. That's facts.
But that grew up in the southern part of their urban district.
Very specific. But yeah. Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Southside, Houston.
We love the kids too. We love the kids. We about to be all over YouTube Kids. All over there.
Wait. Probably don't say that. I'm kind of scared of the YouTube algorithm.
Oh.
Because if they
put
see
us
stuff,
in the YouTube Kids.
Yeah, they see stuff like that, and they'll be like, "Oh, this is tailored towards kids," and then
it's
it
not.
Gets
this ain't
flagged
a kid show. This isn't
for
a kid show,
different
guys.
things.
This isn't a kid show. Just
at all.
Don't.
Unless you want your kids to grow up saying nigga.
Which they learned that from you anyway. You can't really blame us. They heard you say that first.
It don't matter what ethnicity you are either. They heard it from you first.
Well, yeah.
So,
thank you for it.
Do you want to explain to the people, why is Nashville like a PWI?
I don't know if the audience is aware, but I live in Nashville, Tennessee, which they might, some might know, some might not. But I live in Nashville, the country music capital of the world, apparently. But I say it. I was thinking about this. When was when I was in Philly, I think I was thinking about Nashville, because I was comparing the living experiences to what it was like living in Philly versus living in Nashville, and I couldn't. I was like, you know what it's like? It's like going to OU. It reminds me, living in Nashville reminds me of being back at OU. And what I mean by that is that Nashville, socially and in terms of the bar scene and going out, most of it, majority of it's geared, over 90% of it's geared towards white people for the most part. It's very they're trying to be. It's real trendy right now, very hip, but everything's really geared towards white people. This is they Atlanta. This is white Atlanta. And Nashville is it's the #1 spot for bridal parties, all types of just. they trying to be on the level of like Las Vegas, Miami, but like with
Yeah.
a country flair.
So I've heard like a couple white guys that I knew, they used to go to Nashville often, and they call it Nash Vegas. Like that's
yeah,
another
yeah,
name.
yes, I've heard that as well. It's definitely a thing too. But yeah, I say it's like like going to a PWI because like it was like OU, like how
PWI
it's
for the
predominantly
record.
white institution. Sorry,
Yeah.
this
I'm
might be
just making
critical.
sure people understand what that
YouTube gonna
is.
flag this for critical race theory now. But anyway, um, but but no. So I say it's like it reminds me of my OU experience because like you weren't knee deep in the party scene, but like you kind of know like it was usually like one or two parties for black people over any given weekend, whereas white
Mhm.
people had like 1,000 different places they could go on the weekend, a bunch of different parties, bars, etc. It's the same thing in Nashville. It's literally the same thing. Like if you want to go out in Nashville, it might be like one black spot, maybe two events tops. And this is a big city too. This ain't like I'm talking about Athens. This is a big city, but it's not a whole lot of places for black, just like exclusively or geared towards black people. Whereas Nashville for white, it's plenty of stuff to do for white folk here. And so it's giving me PWI vibes. It's giving me that type of experience now. And even socially is like that because like it's a lot of black people. I mean, obviously, there's more black people here than I was OU, but it still was like that kind of feeling of like the community still being like the black community in Nashville is real small, like it's big, but it's small. If that makes sense, I should say it like that. It's like a lot of black people here, but it's very little degree of separation. If you meet one black person in Nashville that's like from here, has lived here for an extended amount of time, you're going to end up meeting somebody else that knows them very quickly. Like
Mhm. So
usually,
like Young Buck's cousins.
probably.
I don't
Probably.
know if he's actually from Nashville.
He is from
Is
Nashville.
Cashville a real city?
Yeah, that's the real thing. Cashville. Yeah.
Okay, so I think he's from
Cashville.
Cashville.
Cashville is not.
I just asked, is that a real city?
No, he's a nickname of I thought you were being for no. It's not a real city. It's
Man,
Nashville.
I don't be knowing these things.
He just called it Cashville as a
Oh,
as a nickname.
you like I literally all this time thought he was from Cashville.
I would have thought you knew, like, oh, it's just a play on Nashville there. Yeah. No,
I just don't believe that rappers are lying to me. If they say something, and it's true.
You're 30. You still don't think they're lying to you.
It's true. I mean, I've been double crossed too many times now. Now that I have a suspicion, that's why I asked. But like stuff that I learned when I was younger, heard then, I'm just like, 12, it's still true. Yeah, it's still true.
Right. No, it's a play on Nashville. There's no Cashville, Tennessee. Just Nashville. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
But yeah, I probably do know somebody that knows Young Buck. I definitely probably do. I don't think I've asked the person or people that, but I probably, if I ask, like, yo, did you remember Young Buck when he was around? Oh yeah, that's yeah. It's like that small. It's weird. It's real weird, but it's But yeah, it's a lot of transplants now too, though. So like, you could also meet people who don't know that many people here, black people who just moved here recently. But yeah, Nashville's a PWI. It's OU all over again, man. I don't know. I don't think I like it. I don't think I like that aspect of it. I know I don't like it. It's not even that.
I was about to say, you don't think so? Or?
No, I don't like it at all. I was thinking about, there's aspects of Cleveland I wish I could bring to Nashville. Or I wish I could trade the climates. I'll put it like that. If I could have Cleveland's climate here in Nashville, I'd take it. I'd take it.
Wait, so you want the cold?
No, I would take the Nashville climate, but in Cleveland, with the Cleveland city though.
Okay.
Like my Cleveland lifestyle in a Nashville climate. That would be like.
Okay.
Love.
I got you. I got you. Yeah. I think I would take Hawaii. But
I mean, we
their own.
If we take a grand scheme of things,
to each their own.
In grand scheme of things, I want Houston, but I'm just saying, like, places I've lived.
No, so is it like for those black things that you have been a part of in Nashville, do you think it's like an over policing of those areas at all? Have you ever noticed or felt that?
Oh, I see what you. Yeah, that's a good question. There can be, yes, sometimes. But
Okay.
I haven't experienced that like in great deal. But I have heard that can happen sometimes. Certain weekends, like homecoming, because they got an HBCU, Tennessee State. That can happen
Yeah.
when those. Actually, that's the next in a couple weeks. Actually, it's coming up. That's supposed to be a big weekend. That can happen at events like that. But week to week, weekend to weekend, not really. And it's not like I said, it's not a lot of black spots in general. So it's not even like it's like one, it's like two black bars I can think of offhand
Yeah.
that like exclusively or primarily black or black owned and tend to everything else is like it's gonna be a mixed crowd of folks, you
Mm.
know,
Yeah,
or
cuz I
like or it's like OU where it's like a black night. So like most of the week it's all white, but like maybe this part of the day or this time it's an event and all black people gonna be there. But it's normally like not like that. It can be like that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about um like there would be black events happening that would get shut down at OU when I'm just
Right.
like it'd be so many people. Like so I guess actually when I think about this, it was in Baker and it was actually like a like owned by the OU like college. So
Yeah.
maybe that was why they
Yeah.
were like a little more like, nah, y'all not doing it. It was like a Halloween party. And I
Right.
remember everybody was just like in Baker trying to get into the ballroom and stuff. Um, but then, like, I haven't seen partiers do more or go crazier besides white partiers. Like,
Right. They get
there's nothing
crazy.
like it.
Yeah. They
Like,
get and they get loose like that here in Nashville too, like that similarly. Like yeah.
like Palmer Fest,
Oh
whenever they
my
would have
gosh.
them like on
Yeah.
each street, just going up
Yeah.
the next block.
Yeah.
And I was just like there, just like walking through, just checking the scene out. And I was just like, I'm still baffled by some of the stuff that I saw. And I don't even remember who I was going with, but they were like horses, Clydesdales. That was my first time seeing a Clydesdale. Was like the police just like walking through, like chasing this dude because he threw a can, like a full can of beer at a cop,
Dang.
and then the cop chased him on the horse and was
Uh.
like running towards like my direction. So I'm like trying to jump out the way, but it's so many people.
Right.
They're like taking couches out of houses, just throwing them in the street, lighting them on fire.
Right.
It's just like,
Yeah.
what is going on? And I'm like, and the cops are just like, hey guys, keep it down. You guys
Yeah.
are silly. Tanner, I know your
Yeah.
mom.
Right.
And it's just
Yeah.
like, it bothers me. Just like so much stuff that white people can get away with.
They get
And
away
then
with
if we
a
like
lot.
do the same things, then it's like
We don't even do the
this
same. We
is
just be loud.
terrorism.
Yeah, we just be loud for the most part.
That is
Sometimes
true.
loud and maybe so there's some energy, like maybe a fight, but it ain't. It's like they probably not gonna fight for the most part. They most likely gonna, or there might be a little pushing and shoving, but then all that stuff it gets like squashed real quick if white police see that. Like they scared of
Yeah.
us fighting or getting into it, and our fights don't even last that long. It'll be a fight and it's like somebody lose, and then it'll be over. It's all right.
And I think that's what happened at Baker was it was a fight. And then from that moment on, like they pretty much like shut everything down. All like black sponsored events
Yeah,
that happened on campus were shut down after that. I think that was like
yeah,
sophomore or junior year.
yeah. Um, it was a lot of fights our freshman year though. It was a lot of fights. That I remember that year explicitly having like a lot of fights at like
Mm.
every event there was a fight. And like no other year had fights like our freshman year was always somebody getting into it or something.
Was it just because of being freshmen or it was non-freshmen fighting?
It was
too?
both. It would be freshmen and non-freshmen. It was like the
Oh.
whole black community was just in a civil war that year. Like it was always some fights, always like every single weekend, like some crazy stuff. And yeah, I remember there was a party at Walter my freshman year, that almost felt like a darn near riot, cause like it was one of those people where like it was like a group of people fighting and where they just hitting everybody that's moving type of thing, like. Cause I was walking by and like dude paused and looked at me like, and I was like, hey man, I'm going trying to get back to where I'm going. He was ready to go. I was like, hey man, I'm not in this with y'all. Like for real. Yeah. I wanted no smoke.
See you just trying to peaceably have a conversation.
Yeah, like nah, brother. Don't. I'm not the one.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good times, but yeah, no, it's definitely like that. What's weird about I say about Nashville too is that in terms of police in general, I don't really see police a lot around here at all, hardly. Like they're never like, or if the only time I see police is an accident. Like they're not pulling people over or none of that. They're not like that vigilant on that. At least I'm pulling, because people drive crazy here. So they would have a lot of causes to pull people over. People drive for really fast. Police they not really checking for that. The pullovers, stopping folk. Not really. Yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like Detroit's the same. I don't know. I don't see police in Detroit either though.
You're not in Detroit. Police are always around. They're like out patrolling all the time. But they don't pull people over for like what you're saying, like little traffic things.
Yeah.
Because in Detroit, everything is optional. Like a stop sign, street lights, like whatever, turn signals, it doesn't matter. If there's a side, like a berm or something that is only supposed to be for like pulling over or parking or something, that's also a lane. The middle lane where you like turn left, that's also a lane. Like it just, nobody cares. It drives me crazy. So I like have to be really, you have to really be careful when you're out walking, or like me, like when I'm riding my bike, like there's just certain streets that I don't go on. Yeah. Because I'm like, I don't trust drivers.
Man.
Yeah. I almost got hit one day.
Dang, for real?
It was scary.
Dang, buddy. They like T-boned you. How was they gonna hit you from behind? Where they almost hit you?
Nah, it was because I have like the pedals that the shoes clip into the pedal. Oh. So like my shoe, like my foot is attached to the bike. Yeah. So I was like coming up. It was a red light, and I was gonna turn right, but turn into the parking lane that people don't drive in. Yeah. But as this light was about to turn green, like that traffic, I saw this car trying to hurry up and speed up. It was about to turn red. I saw that car trying to hurry up and speed up and like get through the intersection. So I know they didn't see me, so they pulled around the car in front of them and like pulled into that lane that I was about to turn in.
Oh man.
So luckily I watched that happen, but then I didn't have enough momentum to like keep going, and my foot was like clipped in. So I'm like, hurry up, trying to like clip my foot out, or like unclip my shoe so I can stop and like not be in their way, and also not fall onto this car that was sitting next to me. So I'm just like, that was probably the last day that I like comfortably rode my bike in Detroit. Like I have like an indoor trainer, and I put my bike in that, and I've been riding in that. I just haven't gone out anymore because I got some PTSD now. I don't like riding in Detroit at all.
I could imagine not. If you don't like riding up there, you should never come ride a bike in Nashville. Never. They don't even account for bike ride. Like it's like, no. Why are you even on the bike right now?
I can see that because it's like the South, and they're just like,
they don't. Yeah, it's not a pedestrian.
Big trucks.
Yeah,
they probably don't care about like electric vehicles or making space.
No, it's okay. No. But this is not a pedestrian friendly place. at all.
I can see that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Down there in Cashville.
Yes, yeah.
That's what we just learned, everybody.
Yeah. You just learned that.
Nobody else knew that.
No, only you today. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I saw this thing, almost forgot about it, but it was dang, I don't even remember what I was looking for. It was before like all that stuff went down with like Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was looking for something in the like groups when you're searching for something, but then I saw like this post. I don't know why I'm not opening it up, because it would make things so much easier. But it said connect to financially stable whites, and I'm like, what does that even mean? And I'm like, but it didn't explain anything. It was super ambiguous, and it was all written in broken English. And I'm just like, what is this? But you had to like get permission to get into the group. And I asked to get in the group and they let me in, so then I could see different things.
So you're in this group looking for financially stable whites?
But what I was really trying to see is it really connected financially? Like, is that actually mean what I think it means? And it absolutely does. So basically, it's like 50,000 plus people in this group. And is
this on Facebook?
Yeah. I'm not going to give the name because that's one of the little clauses in it of like,
you in the Illuminati?
You can't say anything to anybody about this page.
Is this the Illuminati?
Or about this. I don't know.
It's probably the Illuminati. What if it's Illuminati?
It's
so like obvious, but it's not like it's.
But then it's all in broken English. Like,
yeah, that's all.
It's so weird.
It's
now I don't see it anymore. They might have kicked me out.
Dang, you gave it up.
Dang, where'd it go?
They vetted you. They did background check, and it's like, he'll snitch. He got a podcast.
But basically, it's like it was only for African women to find financially stable whites. Like, that was the specifics of this group.
That's why you're not in the group. You're not an African woman.
But then they had like, there were random people in there and like people sharing their stories of like, yeah, I met my financially stable white during this, and this. And it was just like a picture of an African woman and some white dude.
You literally fumbled the bag, Kyle. You and Tasha could have been set right now, but you want to talk to me.
How am I going to get any benefit from this? What was I supposed to do? I was supposed to get Tasha to get in there?
I don't know. You might have been their flavor. You might have been their flavor. Somebody's flavor in there.
No. So there was this dude, though, and they like was flaming him in the comments because he was just like, hey, and it was like this chunky dude. He was like, he said his age. He's like, I'm 28, and I just want y'all to let me know what you think. And they were just like, why are you even here? Like, this, like, do you not read the rest of this stuff? Like, this is for financially stable whites. You don't look like you're financially stable.
Or a white.
But I was just like, that is what Facebook is. Essentially. Like, I think that's crazy. Like, I hear all these stories about like people finding these little groups that, I don't know, they all just come together and talk about how Asian people shouldn't be in the country. But they also have this where it's like African people.
I hate Facebook so much. I hate it. I feel the same way in Facebook that I do when I go to Walmart. It's the same feeling. It's like, I don't want to be here. I'm looking down on everybody else in there, turning my nose up at people, just trying to hurry up and get what I came to get and leave. I don't want anybody to know I was here. That's how I feel. It's the same feeling when I'm in Walmart as Facebook. I always hate it. I'm always like, stop posting.
And you go and see a big girl in something way too small.
On Facebook and Walmart.
I don't see that in my hair. I don't know about Trader Joe's. I don't shop there, but I would imagine that's not allowed. They got somebody at the door at Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Yep.
Dang, they really kicked me out. Now I'm salty.
Yeah. You blew your cover. You was about to be in the Illuminati. You really fumbled. I don't know.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to rejoin. I'm gonna find it again. Mark my words.
Could have had like a sugar daddy.
What?
You could have had like a sugar daddy.
I could have had a sugar daddy?
Yeah, you could have had like a whole sugar daddy.
I don't.
A financially stable white sugar daddy.
I mean, I don't think that they would want me. I feel like what's the my financially stable sugar daddy is my employer at Costco.
Hey, congrats. Hey, shout out to Costco's latest and greatest employee. They ain't never had an employee like you.
It actually, like, I've been thinking about it. I've been making jokes about working at Costco for years. And when people would just be like, Kyle, if you don't do engineering, if you quit your job or whatever, then what you gonna do? I'm like, I'm gonna just work at Costco. They got great benefits.
Dreams. You live your dreams.
But I don't know, I think it kind of hit me that like this is kind of, I guess I'm just accepting where I'm at. Like it's like I'm in this dream phase and I'm just trying to like make that happen and trying to work towards that goal. So it's kind of me in my starving artist mode where I'm like going to do this job. I don't really like care to do this for the rest of my life or anything. And I'm not trying to like build a career in engineering or anything else in that world.
Hey, let me use your engineering degree though. Let me borrow that.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, let me and your resume.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you'll be just as informed in your job as I was.
Great. That's all.
We will be equally clueless. So.
Yeah, fine, perfect. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just, I don't know. Like it kind of excites me to think of it in that way. That I'm just trying to make things work.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, my brother.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. You remember? You ever seen Monique's show at the end when she be talking to the celebrities or whatever?
I've never seen it.
You never saw Monique's talk show? Dang, she'd always be like, "We appreciate you, my brother. We honor you, my brother."
I do support Black women, by the way. I just never saw that show.
You had to clarify. I mean, you married to a Black woman though, so it's like goes without saying.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that.
You almost killed. We should have one day tell the story how you almost killed my visions of Black love for you. But God came in. That was God. God came in and saved that.
Hey man, this is the white episode, so maybe we can talk. Never mind. We'll bring that up later.
Okay, yeah. It deserves its own episode.
I think so too.
Speaking of, well, I'm not gonna say it over the episode.
What?
It involves it's your friend, but I followed them on Instagram because I think you shared their story. I'm not gonna say their name on air, but you shared their story, and then I followed them. But then I remembered you was talking about, oh, I'm trying to hook him up with that person, and I was like, I hope this doesn't send that message.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't remember sharing a story about anybody.
Their Instagram story. They post. You know, how you can share the story.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
That explains more. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, so have you heard about the White Island volcanoes?
No. Where are they?
It's islands and they got volcanoes.
Okay.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us, everybody, on the podcast. So this is just like real quick, but I've actually had a couple conversations about volcanoes this week, so I'm gonna ask you some of those same questions.
Please
but
do.
This was just real quick, just to like. So this thing, it's in the New Zealand area of islands. I don't know if it's like an archipelago or anything, but don't ask
Seems
me
like
to
in a
spell
volcano area though. Seems like it'll be a lot of volcanoes down that way.
Yeah. It's a active hotspot.
Oh.
So this island, this was like probably some months ago, maybe some years ago. I honestly don't even know when this happened, but there was a cruise ship, Royal Caribbean cruise ship, that went down to this area, and there was an excursion to the White Islands. And the excursion took these people there. The volcano erupted while people were on the island, though. Like they were standing on the volcano, and it erupted. But like it was known that it could erupt at any moment, but they like still allowed all these people to go onto this island because people were just hiking, taking pictures and stuff. So there were some survivors, but there were still several people that died.
How you survive a volcano eruption?
So it wasn't like
it wasn't
like lava spewing.
Oh, okay.
But it still like was an explosion. So like when volcanoes erupt, there's usually some type of explosion because of the pressure that builds up, and then it just bursts. So there was that explosion, and then like all the ash and like hot air and smoke came out. And it was that hot air and ash and smoke that killed the people. And like several other people got like severely injured. And so yeah, it was like, just imagine just being trapped in an oven all of a sudden at 500 degrees. So
why would I want to imagine that?
I'm just saying that's what happened. Like that's what some of these people had to go through. So there's like all this stuff about it, and like people are, I don't know, like the people that are the victims of it, they're still suffering with like a lot of this stuff and trying to like sue like Royal Caribbean. And then Royal Caribbean is like countersuing, and it's just like all this other stuff. So, but there's like, I just wanted to say, in case anybody watched this, just to hear this part, that there's like some things about cruises, and it's why that I would never go on a cruise, because
I'm kind of with you.
Cruises suck to me.
I'm kind of I got my uncle. You met my uncle Buddy and Lisa in Columbia. They go on cruises like every year. Well, I don't think they've been on one since the pandemic, but before that, literally like every year. And they always try to get me to go on one. For one, it's always way in advance. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing on August. It's be January. I don't know what I'm about to be doing in September. I can't plan that far out. So that's one reason. But two is literally, I don't want to be on a boat for longer than maybe a few hours. I could do it. But like days at a time out in the ocean around it, I freak out. I panic. I go into panic. Like I literally would walk out and just start feeling claustrophobic. Like I'm good. I might end up doing one though.
It's wide open. What are you
Yeah,
talking
I
about?
might end up doing one though, like maybe like a real exotic, like Greece or something, like a little cruise through there, like the Mediterranean. But
So you just said all that to tell me that you don't feel me.
I mean, I do though. Like it might just be one thing. Like I did
But
it
you don't
once.
even know why I don't want to.
Go ahead. Go. Why don't you? I'm
Because I like that aspect of it.
sorry.
But it's like their business practices is why I would never do it again. Like I just hate how they operate. And like the employees of them usually have substandard like qualities of living while they're on these ships.
Yeah.
While they may be paid well, like more than they would be paid in their home country or whatever, but it's still like if you're an American cruise line, like why you got to treat them like this just because it's better than what they had.
Right.
Like still up the level, you know.
That's capitalism, baby.
It is
the American way.
But there's like there's so many things about cruise ships that like how much they pollute, how much they wait, so I'm gonna go back. Why they are suing these people. So a lot of people think that Royal Caribbean is because they're suing the families of the victims specifically.
Whoa.
So a lot of people are looking at that and they only see that they're suing them and they're like, oh man, they're trash. They suck. F them. But they're actually suing them because those families are trying to sue the wrong entity. So Royal Caribbean is like, if y'all pursue us in litigation, which would be incorrect, like you aren't really able to do this because we are like a jurisdiction of a completely different entity and you're suing the wrong entity. In order to like keep them going in the right direction, they're just like, we're suing you, so don't even come our way. And if you try to sue us, then we will like come for you financially.
Oh.
So, but that has to do with like, there's so many other regulations. I think it's like a maritime.
Corporations though, they lawyers are sharks. They're not.
They are. So like with cruise ships though, so like you can have a company that's owned by one country. So like say the country that owns Royal Caribbean is in the United States.
Yeah.
So they can have like different flags associated with a cruise ship itself.
Right.
And that flag would be then make that ship owned by like Botswana or something.
Yeah. Right.
So anything that happens with that ship is now under the jurisdiction of Botswana.
Yeah.
But what these families are trying to do is sue like the head company in Miami when it's like, no, you can't sue us. You literally can't because we have nothing to do with that. Technically speaking, you are suing going like up the wrong avenue. So that's why they're actually suing them, and it's not because they're trying to like recuperate lost time or something. But what they did do for the families and like everybody that was on the ship, because when this happened, they wasted like a whole, or not wasted, but they had to use a whole extra day to try to like find the rest of these people that were on this mountain island. So then everybody else had their trip delayed. So Royal Caribbean gave everybody an extra $100. So that was nice of them.
Oh, nice. Great. What am I gonna do with this? Can't even afford a ticket back from here. Can't afford none of my medical care. Can't afford nothing with this 100. This is a drop in the bucket.
So,
go ahead. What were you about to say? No, what were you about to say? So just
I was about to go further into Volcanos.
Oh no, I was gonna say I knew about that flag thing because do you remember when Chase got caught? That boat that was owned by Chase got caught with all those kilos of cocaine. Do you remember? Did you hear about that?
I don't.
You never heard about that?
Like Chase Bank?
Yeah, J.P. Morgan. It was owned by J.P. Morgan. The ship was owned by J.P. Morgan, and the FBI. it was found found in Philadelphia too, at a port in Philadelphia, and they they found like a bunch of tons of cocaine on the boat. And
What?
when I learned about that's when I've learned about that ships can have different flags under it, because they were like first of all, that story went completely away like after it happened. Like it happened, and then the media just kind of like, all right, nothing. But I like did some digging on it recently. I was like, whatever happened to that story? And I found out that ship had an African, I forget what African country, it was a West Africa, it wasn't Ghana or Nigeria. It might have been Nigeria. But anyway, it had a West African country as a flag to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, nah. I mean, they was like, okay, maybe the ship is from Africa, but there's no way these drugs are from Africa, because they know from the drug trade, drugs don't go, Africa doesn't export drugs, like, at all, really. So they were like, it must have came from Europe and came down, because they say you can smuggle, it's easy to smuggle stuff through Africa, but so they were saying they must have came from the Europe, came down to West Africa, got a different ship flag to make it look like it was coming from Africa, then sent it over to the United States, just to kind of hide the trail or whatever. Because they were like, Africa was like, whoa, we don't do that. We don't send drugs out. We can do a lot of other stuff. We'll smuggle a bunch of stuff. We won't smuggle drugs. They had to clear that up. But yeah. See that? That's what I found. Yeah. So that's
What?
So please tell me more about.
Crazy.
Yeah. That Google that story though. It went away, but it happened.
You saying it when you started saying the J.P. Morgan, it made it seem vaguely familiar to me.
Yeah. It went away though. Who owned that? Whose cocaine that was?
Which that stuff normally does. But those like same flag laws and stuff. Apparently a lot of people get like murdered or go missing on cruises, and there's like nothing no one can do about it.
Right. It's the type of there's a legal term for that. I don't know. I forget, but there is a legal term for that. There's like and I don't know if it's the same. It might not even be the same thing, but there's a term for like a place that has no like law, that has no jurisdiction. It's a word for it. Because there's an area in like Montana that has like the same thing. There's like no jurisdiction, so you could like murder somebody and get away with it up there or something. Basically.
Is it the Purge Law?
No, not that. Not that.
Oh.
Not quite the Purge. That's not it. They're not putting that out till like 2038.
Okay.
Yeah.
To cut down on the population.
Yeah. Population control. But yeah, they so yeah, the ship. So I have heard that that's like, because it's hard to say what like water, because international waters is weird. Like who owns the spares, So dang, people can see. That's another reason not to go on the cruise ship though. I'm about to go missing. Somebody just dump me over the thing, and I just disappear.
Yeah,
I'm out here floating with Shamu.
I guess a lot of times they'll say that it was just like, oh, somebody committed suicide, because that's like the easiest way to like close a case. And apparently that's also true even when it's not like cruise stuff. So like every time we hear of somebody, like, was it Hernandez dude, the dude who used to play for the Patriots?
Yeah,
like, they were just like, oh yeah, he committed suicide, and then it just kind of went away.
Epstein too,
right?
Same thing,
right? And it was just like, that's just the easiest way to classify something, and then never have to do any more digging.
Yeah,
and I was just like, this is crazy.
Look, if they say I killed myself on a cruise ship, trust me, I didn't. All right, don't believe that, because that's not how I would even do it. You think I'm gonna get on a boat and jump off after? I don't even like drowning. That's like the worst way to die to me. I'm not dying by drowning. I'm not. There's better, more comfortable ways to take yourself out. So I'm not doing. I don't know. I'm not jumping off. No.
Are there comfortable ways to kill yourself?
Probably not. But I'm just saying that ain't it.
I mean, you said more comfortable.
Jumping into thousands of feet of water is not the way I'm trying.
1,000 feet of water.
I said thousands of feet. Like
thousands of feet of water.
Tens of thousands.
So water's measured in feet now.
Hundreds of thousands of feet of water. Miles, kilograms. I don't know.
It would be
I
a
don't know.
volume. You made it seem like it's just like, oh yeah, that was just like 100 feet down the road. It was just 100 feet of water. Like what?
It's a lot.
It just sounds weird when you're
It
thinking
knows,
of a body of water.
it knows no depth. How about that? Okay, is that better? We don't know. We haven't even been to the bottom of these places. You want me to be the one to calculate how much it is?
We have been to the bottom, but it's okay.
Not every bottom. There's parts of the ocean we still haven't seen.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we've been to the bottom though.
The very most bottom?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
The Mariana Trench. That's what it's called.
Oh, right. Is that the... I gotta Google this now.
That is the like bottommost part in the Earth's crust. Is the Mariana Trench.
Oh, you would know. You did pay attention to science. I didn't, so you probably would know this.
This is the stuff I know. Nothing else though. You'll know the history of things, but I don't know how it happened scientifically.
You can explain rain.
Kind of.
I can't.
So what happens? No. Nah, so this having these conversations about like the White Island volcanoes let me know that a lot of people don't know what volcanoes do. And like so
they didn't have to do that project where they built the volcano.
No. Did you have to do that? I've literally only seen that on TV.
I think I saw another class doing it and I was jealous. I was like, dang, I want to make volcanoes.
I've only seen that on TV. I didn't.
That I've definitely seen on TV too, but I think
it was always like a science fair project, which would always piss me off because our science fair, they were just like, absolutely not, you can't do a volcano because there's no scientific process. It's just a demonstration of something. I'm like, no.
Ain't no scientific process to the volcano. You can't say like, if these plates shift one way to the left, it's gonna cause this huge eruption. That don't happen.
I mean, the scientific process is like you have a controlled, like, you have a controlled thing. I forget what that word is, but then you have your variables, and then
you talking about the scientific method where you have like a Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah.
Process method, same difference.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And like that is not. It's like you put some vinegar and baking soda in, and maybe some food coloring. Like, so volcanoes go to the bottom of the ocean. Do you understand that? Does that make
I think I
sense
did know that because I think Godzilla was something to that effect. I'm pretty sure I learned that in Godzilla. I am. I think yeah.
So there was this book that my pastor gave me for like deacon stuff, and it's like a picture. Like people love the picture of the side view of an iceberg and like just showing the tip of the iceberg, and then it's so big up under it. And I was like, yeah, I prefer the tip of a volcano though. And he was like, what? And he was like, are volcanoes in water? And I'm like, yeah, like that. Like they literally start at the bottom of the ocean and then like make their way up to the top of the ocean. And he was like, for real? And then he just kept asking me all these questions. He was like, so Mount Helen is surrounded by water? And I'm like, I mean, it started at some point and then it just expands out. So like every land mass on this whole planet started with like some type of volcanic activity. And then it just grew and grew and grew. And it just got bigger. And now we just have these huge land masses. So like it all, I don't know. If you look at
so you saying basically the whole Pangea is a result of one big volcano, or it's a series of volcanoes?
It could. I don't know. I mean, I think it could be a series for sure. Yeah, I think it would have to be because like all the mountains that we have, like a mountain is just an old inactive volcano.
This is so deep. I feel like I'm on Bill Nye. Dang, bro, we need to start a science podcast.
So like all mountain ranges were just like a hot spot of volcano. Like so like down in like the mantle and the crust of the earth, there's just like hot spots and they just like shoot up every once in a while. But they move with like the tectonic plates and stuff. So like right now we could say we have a hot spot in Hawaii. Like there's still a lot of activity there. So like I don't know how many islands of Hawaii there are right now, but there could
It's like
be
5.
there could be several more before it ever stops and the hotspot moves or becomes inactive. So I think like mountain ranges were just like hotspots that moved, and it just shoots up in a different spot.
Word.
But it's not quick. It's like thousands or millions of years.
Right, because I always knew Appalachian Mountains were really old, and the Rockies are newer than the Appalachian Mountains.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're a lot older. That's why they're like not as steep or high. Yeah, they've like weathered away a little bit, and the Rockies are newer, and that's why they're bigger, larger mountains. I didn't know that. Yeah.
So what about like the Himalayas? That's like the biggest mountain range in the world, I think.
It's probably newer then. Yeah.
Interesting. Because you know I'm a player from the Himalayas.
This is news to me.
Oh, everybody know. They already putting it in the comments right now. They're like, oh yeah.
Word.
Kylie Kai.
I'm learning stuff. Himalayas. So many different science. You're a player from the Himalayas. All types of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Financially stable whites. You want me to send you the Facebook group?
I'm good. I think I'm a pass on this one. Unless you can prove it's the Illuminati, then I'm all in.
Why do you want to join the Illuminati?
Why wouldn't I?
What benefits do they give?
What benefits?
Do they,
unlimited black card with no limit on it.
Do they give you
Penthouse
unlimited
apartment.
black card with no limit on it?
And that's how let you know how much. It's really no limit. It's unlimited with no limit on the unlimited. Because sometimes there's fine print, but it ain't no fine print, baby. It's unlimited. You just swipe away.
Dang, you made me forget what I was about to ask. Nothing. It's fine.
Speaking of fine print, I was gonna enter in these sweepstakes for this house in Miami, but they in the fine print it was like you be responsible for the property tax, the maintenance, the HOA fees, everything. I was like, give me the money, so I chose the lump sum money option. So yeah.
So you actually won?
I haven't won anything yet.
Oh, I was like, how do you know about this?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know they allow you to choose how you want the prize before you win.
They did. They said if you don't want the house, we understand. That's property tax and maintenance. That can be intimidating. So there's like we'll give you the lump sum too.
I mean that's literally anything you win. You gotta pay taxes and stuff on it.
Well, that's different. Like taxes on money you earn or that you win, and a perpetual, constant expense of having a house.
You can sell the house.
They probably have a rule in there too where you can't sell this within X amount of years.
Maybe.
By that time,
my mom used to always ruin game shows because I'd just be so excited about somebody winning something. She, well, they got to pay taxes on it. I'm like, nigga, let them win every time. So I can't watch stuff anymore without thinking about taxes coming off. Like even if somebody win a toaster, I'm like, oh, they got to pay taxes on it. It's so annoying.
Paying taxes on a toaster. Vacation to Hawaii. You know they gotta pay taxes on that vacation.
Sorry, freshman year there was this car that I was trying to win so bad. Oh, I was trying to win that car, and I was like harassing people to try to, so they would like join in, because whoever I referred to gave me an extra entry into the sweepstakes. So I'm like, yo, I'm about to get this, and then I'm gonna sell it because I don't really want it. But then I was like, shoot, how much in taxes am I gonna have to pay back? Like, how much money am I actually gonna get if I try to sell it? Because I was gonna sell it and try to buy a Camaro, because at that time that was the only car I cared about. And I didn't win, needless to say, but I just couldn't shake like
The
taxes.
In your mom's voice too, probably.
In my mom's voice. Like, we would be, but she would always say it while we were watching Price is Right, as if they're like winning big ticket items or something. Besides a car.
Yeah,
like,
only the cars and the vacations on Price is Right wasn't worth anything.
Yeah.
Everything else was like, I don't want to.
Like, win this tube of Bengay.
Yeah. Right.
Lifetime supply.
Did Bob pass or he still living? Is Bob still kicking?
I don't know. He retired and he was like still
know that.
alive, but I don't know if he's around.
Bob's still around. I think Bob's still kicking. Yeah, he's still kicking. My man
Dang.
Bob's still out here in these streets. 97. Shout out to Bob Barker.
Mm.
He 97. That's old. Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh. 97.
What year was
Lord.
he born? 23?
He'll be 102 years.
That is. I
know.
I don't
I
want to
know.
live that long. Honestly.
I know somebody over 100 years old.
Mm.
I
How are
can't
they
say
doing?
their identity because I'm going to get jumped. But
By them?
it's like, by just the mob. They got a whole mob.
Okay. I mean, nursing.
No, my great grandmother's over 100 years old.
Oh,
She's like 101.
I was about to say all her nurses are probably.
But we not allowed to acknowledge her age, so y'all didn't hear that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, we can't
I mean,
say that.
you didn't have to share who it was. You could have left it alone.
I just felt like people need to know. Shout out to shout out to her. She 100 and But we can't say nothing. Y'all ain't hear this from me.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't hear nothing.
So yeah.
This was a great episode.
Oh my gosh.
It was a great episode.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I learned
think so,
about volcanoes.
Mm-hmm. Why are my glasses fogging up? It's so hot. Whew. You ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, I got one more thing to say though before we go.
Okay.
You came for my beard last week and questioned whether or not it can connect. And
You
I
went
don't
all the way to the end.
I don't appreciate. I just thought about it because I meant to bring it up earlier, but I just thought about it because it really upset me. I was in the shower thinking about that. I was like, "This bro gonna really come for my beard? Wonder if it's connect." When I got video proof at your wedding,
as you were like taking the tape off and like setting it down on the side of the. And you were thinking about it, huh?
Wouldn't that be crazy if I just could just
as you just detached it, just. It's a sew-in beard. I know it. I know a sew-in. I know a sew-in when I see one.
Whatever. He gonna ask when I got video proof at your wedding of my beard connecting very well. So I don't appreciate all
How
this.
do you have video proof of that?
Cause I got all of these videos from the weekend of your wedding, and my beard was flourishing that weekend, and it was connecting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the videos.
To each their own. I don't know what you did before you came. You could have got like some temporary plugs right before, just so they would connect.
No. This is all God's doing, and it is marvelous in His sight.
God does things even if it's not natural, you know? Like, like, what I mean is, like, everything that we have before us, like, already existed. So even if man developed some synthetic implants that you put in, that you put in, doesn't mean that it wasn't God.
Man can't take credit for this lusciousness.
Okay.
Man can't do this. He could take the picture, but he can't do this. Mm-hmm. He can make them synthetic and scratch. He can do all that, but he can't grow this out his hair follicles. You see that? I do have a confession. My hairline's starting to get thin, and I don't like it. It's starting to get a little thin.
I think mine is too.
I don't like that.
Me neither.
I don't like it.
My family claims to say otherwise, but I don't believe them. I think I'm thinning.
It's thinning right at the edges. It's not the same. I'm about to cry.
I mean, I'm luscious out here, but I don't know.
I mean, I can take it off. You see. I don't know.
Okay.
Thinning.
Somebody's spinning.
You know, a little light. That's light work, baby. Light work. But yeah, no, it's a little, these points right here starting to thin a little bit.
It's all right, man. It happens. It's life.
Yeah.
It's just whenever it gets to a point where it's time, just let it happen.
Oh, I ain't going bald.
Why not?
That's not, God.
I mean, but what if you're like thinning back into like the middle? Like you just gonna leave the sides? You gonna have a bird's nest?
I do get an uncle that's happening too as we speak, and I don't know what I'm probably gonna do what he doing.
What is he doing?
I think he got the bird nest.
Don't just.
But it's short though. Like he got the line, he got the back, but the top is a little. The ceiling's starting to come in.
So why not just let it go?
I don't know. You got to talk to him about that.
I'm talking to you. Why wouldn't you want to do it?
We not there yet, so it's not for me to do. I can't talk in hypotheticals.
Okay,
It's all here now, right now, baby. We're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna ride it for as long as we can.
They should make life insurance for hairlines.
They should actually. I would have been paid had that.
But I feel like dudes are still too like prideful to accept that it could happen one day, so then they wouldn't be insured, and then they stuck either way.
we can't do that for you.
You got a pre-existing condition. Like we can't insure you at this point.
He crying in the office. He's like, "Ain't nothing y'all can do." Oh man. Or expired. He older, expired. He didn't think his hairline lasted to like a point. He's like, "We past the age. You ineligible now. Yo. You too old. You too old to cash in." Man, that's rough. Make sure you get life insurance. So while we're on the subject.
Yeah.
I think I got like 3 policies out on me.
A few?
I got like 3 life insurance policies. One I didn't start. One is my dad took out way back in college, and then one I have. And I think I might have 2 actually. But yeah, I don't know.
That's good. I'm actually surprised to hear that. You're not never mind.
What?
It was a good episode. See everybody.
Whatever.
You're not. I mean, you're not my most fiscally responsible friend.
That's changed though over the past few years. A lot, actually.
I wouldn't know though.
Yeah. That's why I'm mad about old girl, because it's like, baby, you could have been with a baller.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You wanted somebody to ball out with. Let
me
know.
Wait. That reminded me. So there was this girl that I liked. Actually, she was like my first girlfriend from like first grade.
Does that even count?
But, yeah, it count.
Okay.
We went out a few times. Anyway.
Had a ball at the McDonald's little playpen. Had a ball. Built a real connection.
So anyway, like I went to elementary school with her. And then we all like got older. She went to a different school. I went to a different school, whatever. I ended up finding her also on Facebook in the Facebook days. Not Facebook, MySpace. I'm sorry. In the MySpace days. And then me and my friend were like, yo, you remember her? And he was like, yeah. He was like, yo, she's so bad. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I started messaging her one day and like just catching up because like we still were friends. But I had an ulterior motive, obviously. And she was like, nah, I'm not interested. And I'm like, nah, but for real, like, I'm fresh now. Like I dressed like this and that. And I'm like really trying to like up myself. But like in the worst way, just like, yeah, I dress like this. I do stuff like this. Like, yeah, I'm cool now.
I'm embarrassed for 15 or 6, however old you were. I'm embarrassed for that version of you right now.
So bad.
I'm really embarrassed for him.
It was so bad.
I want to just give him a hug. Like, oh, you didn't know.
Because I saw like whoever her like ex was at the time or whatever, she had pictures with him still. And he like, it seemed similar to the situation that you're talking about with LL's daughter. He like looked like he was like a football player. He was like swole, like dressed in the whatever was popular at the time. And that's the funny thing is like I didn't even dress like that, but I was still just like, yeah, I be fitted out here. Like I literally said something like that, like verbatim, like I be something. It was
so gross. That's gross. That's real nasty.
It didn't work.
I dirty. You made me think I did Dirty Mac once in my past life. I'm not proud of that.
You have.
Huh?
I'm sure you have.
It was once though in high school. I did Dirty Mac, and I ain't proud of that now. I just thought about that. Yeah, it was nasty. It was some twins. I was trying to get at the one twin, and they had this other dude that they was cool with, and for some reason they wasn't even dating that dude. I just was, you insecure. You think you're trying to get. I was like, that nigga ain't as good as me on the football field. He was better than me, but I was hating. I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud.
Yeah. I have so many stories like that. For the record, and I'm ashamed of every single one of them. Like there's a part of me that wishes, and I still could, but I'm just like, what's the point? But there's a part of me that like feels that those women that were on the receiving end were like, now they look at Tasha as like she corny for like marrying a dude that would even have said something like that. So I'm like, I think it reflects bad on my wife now. But I want to reach out and be like, I'm really sorry. Like, I understand the position that I put you in, or whatever I said. Like, I've said like some really stupid stuff that I'm just like, even in the moment, I'm like, why did I even say that? Like, why? What am I thinking about to say something like this?
It's okay. You live and you learn.
I guess.
You live and you learn.
But I do want to get into some of those stories. We should just have a ex embarrassing episode.
Oh, you know, I got plenty. I got plenty of those.
That'll be our Valentine's Day special.
Yeah. Yeah, I got plenty of those. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this was the treat.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening once again. You want to close out with something, a special word or song?